Alrighty guys, brand new Yu-Gi-Oh cards coming out into the game, so let's go and check it out. I'm really excited about the super uber boss monster that's also more like going to be like some sort of collector rare here. But starting right off with some new, are these going to be dragons over here? Okay. So, Tenpai Dragon of, again, Roku. These are coming out, by the way, in Infinite Forbidden. So, it says you can only use the first effect and second effect of this card's name each once per turn. So, it is going to be a level 3 Fire Dragon effect monster. And it says if this card is added to your hand except by drawing it, you get to special summon it as a tuner, then you can increase its level by 1. The second effect is a quick effect. You contribute this card to special summon one Tenpai Dragon monster from your deck, except for Tenpai Dragon of, again, Roku. Also, you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of this turn except for dragon monsters. Okay, well, that kind of limits you on how much you can use it, because it was actually kind of a cool card if you can maybe just search it out. It does technically have like 0 over here. Like you could search it out with, like, I guess, like Sangan, which is Black Forest probably as well, but again, you're locked into dragons. But pretty interesting card as well. Next up we have Sangan Kaiho, which is a normal trap card that says you can only use the first and second effects of this card's name each once per turn. So the first part is during the main phase. If all monsters you control are fire dragon monsters, minimum 1, and your opponent controls more monsters than you do, end this main phase. If there are 3 or more attacks were declared this turn, you can banish this card from your graveyard to draw 1 card. Then you get to special summon any number of Tenpai Dragon monsters from your hand. Okay, so it lets you kind of like come back with that card. Actually, we're getting a little bit like Doradraco over here. I wonder if this is supposed to be kind of like Pokedraco. Anyways, level 3 Fire Dragon effect monster. It says you can only use the first of this card's name effect once per turn. So its first part says if it's normal summon, you get to add 1 level 4 or lower Fire Dragon monster from your deck to your hand. I think that other one is a target, right? Yeah, it is. Okay, so you can instantly just add it to your hand and special summon it. Then once per turn, you can execute the top card of your deck. And if it's a Fire Dragon monster, send it to the graveyard. If you do, this card gains 1,000 attack for each Doradraco you currently control. Otherwise, place the excavated card on the bottom of the deck. Okay, well, I mean, maybe you can get some RNG on it, but I mean, it's just pretty much used for the first effect, I would say, because boosting this card up, because every Doradraco that you control. So, I mean, you could maybe beef them up. Is it, it's just this card. It doesn't beef up all the Dracos, so you can't do a Doradraco OTK. I was thinking, well, if you get 3 of these, it increases, like, yeah, it'd be really, really hard. But if you did get triple of them out, like, I guess if you just, what is that? You, like, DNA surgery, transplant, machine dupe it, get out all of them. Does it even work if there's a machine from the deck? Either way, I think it's going to be something that people will probably not be able to do. I just think it's pretty much just used to go right into level 8. So those are the new, like, dragon cards. So moving on to more cards in the Infinite Forbidden, we have 2 more new cards. These are insects over here. It's the Raika. So we have Raika no Hime Joname, which is the level 4 Earth Insect effect monster, which is obviously the one on the left over here. 1800 attack, looks like it's going to be a Earth card over here. And so yeah, it's an Earth Insect. And it says that you can only use the first and second effects of this card's name each once per turn. So, yeah. And it says the first part, you can discard this card to special summon 1 insect, plant, or reptile monster from your hand. Okay, pretty solid. If this card is banished from the hand or graveyard, you can activate this effect during the end phase of this turn. Draw cards equal to the number of different types among insect, plant, and reptile monsters you control. Ooh. Okay, now unfortunately it is during the end phase, because like, okay, obviously Doomdozer OTK easy, right? But yeah, I don't know how insane that's going to be, because it's, again, during the end phase. Maybe you can banish it during your opponent's turn, and then you can draw it on the end phase, and then you can follow up with an OTK, but let's check out, maybe the other card supports it. This is the other Link monster in the picture, so it's going to be a Link 3, 2600 attack, and it looks like it's a water, though. Okay, so it is a water reptile. Okay, so 2600 attack, and it requires 2+ insect, plant, and or reptile monsters. And it says you can only use the first and second effects of this card's name each once per turn. So the first part is you can banish up to 2 monsters from your graveyard, then target the same number of spells/traps your opponent controls and destroy them. Second part is if this card is in your graveyard, you get to target 1 insect, plant, or reptile monster you control, place it on the bottom of the deck, and if you do, special summon this card. Also, you cannot special summon for the rest of the turn except for plant, insect, plant, and reptile monsters. Okay, I mean, there's probably a lot of free little like insects and stuff that you can grab, so then you just bring out this card, maybe using it as a stepping stone. Because like the other part of the effect kind of works with the first one, but again, spell or traps. Like, it just seems very mediocre. I'm gonna assign this out so far, unless there's more of the archetype, as not very OP or anything like that. All right, so this is an announcement, but it is kind of cool to just have this knowledge. So Rage of the Abyss got announced, and a lot of people are speculating what's going to be on here. Shark Drake, maybe some mermaids over here. That would be pretty dang cool. So if that does come out, you know, if you guys want to speculate again, let's see if the shark support is finally going to be good enough to run things that aren't just like the crook shark, like basically like a win condition, because your opponent can never get rid of that card. Sharks, I would say, haven't been really OP or like seen a high level competitive play. This next one over here, some of these cards came out like a couple days ago, but I didn't feel like it was good enough to make a video on a normal monster, but it is a new normal monster that is level 4. It's a 0/0. Its name is Pity, but is a level 4 light fiend. Sometimes specifically there is no like this level with these stats, and it's really used for a very niche thing. I don't really know what this is going to be used in, but what does this allow? Like, you know, what's interesting is I think Frog the Jam at one point was like it was like one of the only targets that you had for a very specific like water thing, and it was actually like, no joke, $100 for a playset at one point in Yu-Gi-Oh, because it's like a very niche thing. It just never got reprinted, so maybe that will open up the doors for a very specific thing. But next up, okay, this is the Super Uber Boss Monster. I want to do that one last over here, because there is another newer card that I want to go over first, which is going to be the Galaxy War Drake, which actually is a pretty cool card. This one is a light dragon effect, level 4, 1500, 1000, and it says that you can only use the first and second effects of this card's name each once per turn. Also, you cannot spell summon the turn you activate either of them except for a light monster. So pretty big downside, but the effect is insanely good. If a level 4 light monster is special summoned to your field, you just spell summon this card from your hand or graveyard, but banish it when it leaves the field. The second effect is insane. You target one other level 4 light monster, which obviously, well, you're just gonna go with it because it's part of the effect over there. You target another level 4 light monster you control. Its level and this card's level become 8 until the end of the turn, so obviously you just exceed with it. It's Galaxy, so it works quite well, and this card I think is going to be pretty good, because considering it will just be used as exceed material if it does fall into the graveyard. Okay, well then you don't banish it because it's not considered on the field over there, because it says banish it when it leaves the field. It's not leaving the field because it's considered on the material, so that would be pretty good, because you could keep on just recycling the card again and again. Really awesome stuff. All right, now let's check out the Super Uber Boss Monster over here that it's got some crazy stats. So the name of this card is Dogmatic Calamity Alba System. I mean, it's got 4,500. It is a level 8. And it requires Fallen Albas plus 6 monsters in your graveyard with different names. So, I mean, the requirements could be kind of high depending on what variant you're playing. And then it must first be special summoned. So, the first part of the effect is it can attack all of the opponent's monsters once each. And if you're boosting the stats up, I mean, it's probably OTK. Second part is you must send one card from your extra to the graveyard to declare an attack with this card. So you have the ability to maybe just pop something and go in chest. There's a lot of other cards that can give you some free bonus. So that's not even really a downside unless you have no extra deck. The third part is once per turn, if you control this fusion summon monster and have 6 or more fusion monsters in your graveyard with different names that mention Fall of the Abyss material, you can send all cards in both players' extra decks to the graveyards. Wow. Okay, then you couldn't attack after that. Wow, okay, that is pretty crazy. Now, unfortunately, this part of the effect is not a quick effect, but that still is insanely powerful. So if you were able to dump 6 cards and you just get rid of your opponent's extra deck. I remember there was a Monarch variant that would do this as well, but the fact that you can just get all, this is a win condition. This is an actual Super Uber Boss Monster effect, which is definitely a viable option. Yeah, that is worthy of it, you know, having crazy stats. Yeah, it's a Super Uber Boss Monster. It is a win condition on its own. If you can get it out turn 1, and then, just once per turn, if you just control it, bam. Now, getting those requirements, yeah, it's not easy, but it is an instant win condition against certain archetypes. Like, if you're playing against a Synchro deck, and they have no extra deck, unless they got that Avarice, who's playing Synchro in 2024, let's be honest. But you guys get the idea. There's other decks that require the extra deck. This is an announcement of some other thing over here. I thought this kind of looked cool. It was like a little, like, duelist portfolio, like a I'm guessing it's kind of like the binder, but like looks like it's like a 3-ring binder. I mean, you're just going to damage your cards most of the time with these 3-ring binders, so it's probably going to be a skip on me, but I do think it looks kind of cool just as a collector's item just for the book, but that's something else coming out. The most important thing is this card, though. Anyways, let me know your guys' thoughts on any of the cards down below. If you guys enjoyed the video, drop a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace out.